So, after we left the monastery yesterday, there was drama with the car. It's day 17 of my 30-day car camping adventure. The hubbies joined me for the next week, and we were looking forward to a couple of chill days with friends before exploring Montana on a super tight schedule. But then, everything went wrong in an instant. The day started so normally. We said goodbye to our daughter, checked out downtown Newport, which was cute but sleepy, then drove to Sandpoint to meet our friends who would be hosting us for the next 2 days, with the usual Star Trek geekery, of course.
In our last two episodes, which are weak episodes of Star Trek, I kept bringing up this thing of it being personal, that good Star Trek episodes have things that are personal. This is personal.
Wait a second, I'll tell you in a minute. Purple Rain, that's it. Ah, that looks amazing. We had a great time with our friends at a local brewery, said goodbye, and told them we'd see them soon back at their house. But then, all hell broke loose. We're driving past Sandpoint. We're on our way to our friend's house. Traffic is stopped ahead. We see 3 ambulances pass by, heading back into town, sirens blazing. So we're like, oh my gosh, there must have been a really big accident on the highway up ahead. So people are stopping, some of them are starting to turn around, and I'm thinking, well, they must have been sitting there for a while. So Ted finds us an alternate route. So we turn around and we start taking this alternate route kind of around the whole mess. Well, in that process, I'm making a right turn, and suddenly it feels like my left front tire slips. Like it just slips, which is really weird because I wasn't doing anything strange. I wasn't on a bad road or anything. It just slipped. And it's like, what the heck? And then the SHW all-wheel drive light starts flashing. And I'm like, that's weird. And then some other lights start flashing. We go along a little further, and pretty soon the car dash is freaking out. It's like lights are flashing everywhere. It's the battery light. It's the ABS light. It's the VSR, whatever the heck the acronym is, light. I mean, just all of these lights are coming on, they're going off, they're coming on, and it's like, what's going on? We get back on the highway, and by now we know the car is acting really weird. The shifting starts going kind of nuts, like the automatic transmission. It's like, should it shift, should it not shift? It's almost like a bucking horse. It was like shifting, not shifting. I mean, the whole car was just going berserk. And so, Ted's kind of freaking out.
I'm not freaking out!
And I'm trying not to freak out.
I'm freaking out!
Because it's like, holy crap, what's wrong with the car? We're on this huge road trip. We have a very tight schedule for the next 10 days. We can't afford for the car to be not behaving. I mean, this has been a really reliable car, like the whole time we've had it. So this is like a big shocker. I'm like, let's just get to our friend's house. Let's just get there. Let's drive real slow. Let's put on the hazard lights, drive casual, try not to stop, take the alternate route through town so that you don't have to like stay on the highway and hold up traffic. I mean, it was like super stressful. And it was like 100 degrees out. It was so hot. We turned off the AC, and that seemed to help a little bit. We unplugged all the computer charging stuff, the phone charging stuff, and that seemed to help a bit. But the car was still acting really, really like just possessed. So, I drive conservative. We barely make it to our friend's house. I have a feeling that if I turn off this car, it's not going to turn on again. I don't know why. So we're able to fortunately just kind of pull into our driveway. We didn't have to stop or anything. We pulled into the right parking spot, turned off the car, tried to turn it back on again, and it was dead. It's dead, Jim.
He's dead, Jim.
So we're like, what the hell? And then we had like a dinner reservation. We were late for it because of the accident and having to reroute, and it's still 100 degrees out, and so we're all like stressed out. And the door locks fortunately still work, so we were able to unlock the doors, but we have one window cracked open that we can't close now because the car is totally dead. And this morning I'm trying to get into the trunk to get my coffee out to make coffee, and that's locked. And just by coincidence, has nothing to do with the electrical system. This latch is where I pull out this seat to get at all my clothes and things in that back pocket. It's just broken. It was sticking before, but it usually worked, and now it just won't open. So when it rains, it pours, and we were like, holy crap. What do we do? So we just got our things into the house. We ran to our dinner reservation. We had dinner.
Because of all the wineries, it's like a huge thing to do like
really?
slushy
Really?
wine.
I didn't know. I had a really great meal, but I don't know, the stress, the heat, I came home, I got sick.
Barf, don't barf, don't barf, don't barf, don't barf.
And I think my whole digestive system was messed up because of the heat, maybe it's heat stroke. It was not a pretty picture. So I spent the evening just chilling, trying to get better. Got better, had a really great evening visiting with my friend. Ted went to bed early. I think the whole thing has stressed him out. So yeah, so it's Monday morning and we have only 2 days here at my friend's house. And then we have this very tight schedule of road tripping hotels that are not refundable. Okay, they're just not refundable. So we got to try to figure out this morning if we can call AAA, get the car towed to a place in Sandpoint where they can service it. I mean, hopefully today. Ted did some research. He thinks it's probably the alternator went out because it just sounds like from what all was going on with the electrical system going haywire. Hopefully it's just that, because that's fixable if they can acquire the parts. Probably they're going to want to throw a new battery in there. I mean, who knows? And we just don't have much time. So pretty much I need to dig my coffee out of the back here from the inside because I can't open the back door to make coffee. And I really want my coffee. These are first world problems, I know. So yeah, this is Carlife. Sometimes there's drama. And I'm sorry I couldn't film it. It was so intense. It was just so intense that I could not even turn on the phone and film it. I think Ted would have flipped out. What the hell is going on? I mean, I was kind of flipping out. I'm freaking out! Okay, so it's a new day. I have had a shower, which is amazing. Clean clothes. Okay, I just called all these people, and it looks like the awesome folks at Perfection Tire can take a look at it today and help us out. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. Everybody's busy. They're super nice. They're referring me to all over town, and they're all short-staffed and booked up. So the fact that they can even squeeze me in today is amazing. So I called AAA to get a tow, and they told me that they don't have anybody in the area right now who can tow me because, I don't know, I guess apparently this happens a lot on Monday mornings. Like there aren't tow drivers available, which never happened before for me with AAA. You could always count on them. So the guy told me to call back in an hour. So I will, and hopefully there'll be a tow truck available to take the car into this one place that can see it today. Oh, and time is ticking. And meanwhile, Ted's trying to start the car with like the battery jumper thingy that we have, but I'm not comfortable driving it to, half an hour to this place because that transmission was so jumpy. Like it didn't know what gear to be in. All the lights are flashing. I mean, I just think it's sketchy to drive it. I think really we just need a tow. Okay, wow, more drama with the car. So we couldn't get AAA to come out until almost 1 o'clock, and that's just really too late for the shop to get started on it today, and we're on this really tight timeline. So I called the shop to update them, and they said, hey, you should really call this particular towing company. They're probably the ones that have been given the AAA job, and, just see how much it costs to have it towed sooner, and maybe they can bump you up the list. I called the company, talked to this really nice lady, and she's, asked me questions about my situation. She's like, oh yeah, you're here on our list, and oh, they mismarked it. You just need a tow here. Oh, well, we can probably bump you up. We have this other stuff, but it's not urgent, and blah, blah, blah. And the net result is, she says she could probably have a truck here within an hour, which is fantastic, which saves us hours and hours of time. So, oh my gosh, people in Northern Idaho are so nice and so helpful, and I am so grateful. So it looks like we're moving this thing along. Hopefully we'll get it there. Hopefully it won't be a huge problem. That's, hopefully it's just the alternator. Hopefully they can fix it. Hopefully they have the part. Hopefully this, hopefully that. But yeah, so far so good. He totally is, that guy. Wow. Bye, little car. Okay, so the car is on its way to the shop. Hopefully it's just the alternator. Yeah, after all that, I had to go for a walk around the neighborhood with my friend. Nature always calms me down. The sweater is full of stickers. Okay, it's the next day and we got the car back. Kind of a miracle. There was a little bit of drama because when I called yesterday to see how things were going, they're like, oh, we're waiting for the part. And I'm thinking, oh no, it's gonna be 5 days. And they said it was coming from Spokane and it should be there in the morning today. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope it gets there. And at 10:30 a.m. I got the call that the car was finished. So fast. These guys at Perfection Tire were awesome. They saved our skins. And $525 later, the car is working again. So we have this one more day. Got to repack the car with everything I took out. I had them look at that back seat, which is broken. It won't come down now. The guy said, yeah, that whole locking whatever is going to have to be replaced, so they can't do it. They don't have that part. So while I was in Walmart, I bought some packing cubes. So I'll just repack my clothes into those cubes, and then I can just kind of reach in to pull out an entire cube, and hopefully that'll work. Today is basically a work day. I am trying really hard to get the next video out. These take a lot of time to edit because I do a lot of, quick cuts and use lots of footage to keep it interesting so that you don't get bored. So I don't know how far I'm going to get on this video today, but I know I need to get one out there soon because YouTube is all about traffic and momentum, and I don't want to lose the momentum I'm getting on this new channel, which is like super exciting. So, after all that incredible stress and drama, we were finally able to relax that last evening. Our friends were super supportive the entire time, and we can't thank them enough for hosting us. And thank God this didn't happen to me while I was alone in the woods, in the middle of nowhere. That would have been so much worse.
Guys, we got marshmallows with 2 sticks.
Okay, so the car is all Tetrised up. Ted is almost packed. We are ready to roll. Next time, we head into northern Montana to a glamping adventure that doesn't quite work out as planned.